Good evening. If you've ever played baseball, you know that baseball is a game of failure. Even the best players in the world will be paid millions and millions of dollars to fail 7 out of 10 times. But when you're stuck in a slump, knowing that doesn't make it any easier. Today, I want to share my experience with a hitting slump. First, I want to talk about the mental toll it took on me. Then I want to talk about how I realized that the slumps were more about mindset. And finally, I want to talk about the lessons that it taught me, not only about baseball, but in life as well. So first, my slump started small. It was just a few bad games, a few bad at-bats, and I kept telling myself, I'll get him next time, I'll get him next time, I'll get him next time. After about the 10th, I'll get him next time, I really started to doubt myself. I was overthinking everything. I was stepping into the box not to succeed, but hoping not to fail. And that's when the mental side of the game took me over. Doubt started to creep in. Every out felt heavier and heavier, and every mistake felt like more proof that I was just losing my ability to hit. I became frustrated, not only on the field, but off of it as well. I was carrying that failure with me everywhere. Baseball, something that I have loved for my entire life, felt like a burden instead of a passion. And that's what makes slumps so difficult. It's not just about mechanics, but it's about your confidence. And once your confidence takes a hit, everything else follows. That brings me to my next point, that realizing slumps are more about mindset than anything physical. I spent so much time trying to fix my swing, thinking that would solve everything. The real issue wasn't my mechanics, it was my mindset. I had to stop making every at-bat feel like life or death. I had to stop carrying past failures into my next opportunity. The moment I realized that, everything changed. Instead of stepping into the box with doubt, I started telling myself, I've done it before, I can do it again. I stopped focusing on the results and started focusing on just competing. Once my mindset shifted, so did my performance. I started making better swings, I started driving the ball further, and I became one of the better hitters on my team. That brings me to my third and final point, the lessons that taught me not only about baseball, but in life as well. Looking back, I'm grateful I went through that slump. It taught me some pretty important lessons. It taught me that failure is temporary and that a bad stretch doesn't define me, but it's how you respond to that bad stretch. It also taught me that baseball and life are mental games where confidence plays a very, very important part. And it's a very important skill to have. Lastly, it taught me that pressure is self-inflicted. The moment I started putting less pressure on myself every at bat, I started to play like myself again. That slump tested me in ways I never expected, but in the end, it made me a stronger player and a better person. So if you're struggling, whether in baseball or in life, remember that your setbacks don't define you, your response does. Stay patient and keep swinging. Thank you.